Any Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedito. Always open, always local.
Coming up on Prime Time, Crystal Paco has details to the officer-involved shooting that took place up in Dedito. Plus, our Isabaza heads to a part of Jigo where residents haven't had water for 2 weeks. And thousands of island residents make their way to cemeteries, honoring their loved ones who have passed on. Hafa day, everybody, and good evening. I'm Jason Salas. These are your top stories. Well, a 22-year-old man has been placed under arrest and a male minor taken into custody in connection to Wednesday's early morning officer-involved shooting. The older suspect faced over a dozen charges, including attempted murder. And as Crystal Paco reports in tonight's top story, this isn't his first run-in with the law.
It started as a traffic stop, escalated into a shooting, and then into a manhunt. Police on Thursday released the details of an officer-involved shooting in Dedito just before 3 a.m. Wednesday. The uniformed patrol officer had observed a speeding Range Rover. During the pullover, the driver allegedly ignored the officer's request to see proper documents and instead exited the car and proceeded to the passenger side where a 16-year-old male minor was sitting. Though the driver would return to his seat, he'd ignore further directions and speed off, accelerating the car in the direction of the officer. This, according to police, prompted the officer to pull out his duty weapon and fire, but not before getting out of the driver's way and escaping injury. Though they locate the suspect car at a home in East Liguan, the driver and his passenger would be found at separate locations. At Pacific Gardens Apartments, a security guard reported seeing a non-resident climbing the fence. That same man would be identified as the suspect from the earlier incident. According to police spokesperson Sergeant Paul Tapal, the white Range Rover had been stolen just hours earlier from a home in Talo Verde Estates in Tamuning. 22-year-old Marvin Rechem was subsequently arrested for attempted murder, aggravated assault, assault on a police officer, resisting arrest, obstructing government operations, theft of a motor vehicle, and driving under the influence of alcohol, among over a dozen charges. KUAM files show this isn't Rechem's first run-in with the law. Over a year ago, Rechem was arrested after using a broken liquor bottle to attack a man known to him. Though police would arrest him for attempted murder, he'd only be charged with harassment as a misdemeanor. The male minor, meanwhile, was located at a Dedito bus stop and remains in custody at the Department of Youth Affairs. The case has been forwarded to GPD's Internal Affairs Division. No injuries were reported in connection to the shooting. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Additional court documents do show that Rechem was also arrested for terrorizing and criminal mischief this past July. Well, in other island news headlines, weeks with no water has many residents up in Jigo frustrated, wondering when their water woes near Mount Santa Rosa will finally come to an end. Isabaza goes up north for more.
It's been 2 weeks and a day since we had no water, and it's just been a big problem.
Jigo resident George Bamba has had enough when it comes to the water outage affecting his neighborhood since mid-October. Neighbor Ricky Santos couldn't agree more.
It's inconvenience, you know, every time you take a shower, you go to your friend's house, you know, ask people to take a shower. And you can even cook, you know, because you need the fresh water to cook. You know, you spend more money, eat outside.
Both live near Mount Santa Rosa in Jigo, in an area they say has experienced several outages over the past few years.
Every year, at least, at the minimum, at least twice in a year, we would have no water.
Those affected are forced to trek hundreds of feet up the hill to collect dozens of gallons of water from this water buffalo provided by the Guam Waterworks Authority.
We have to go up there, load buckets of water, bring it
They said a replacement motor is expected to arrive in Guam today, with GWA crews on standby to begin installation and work throughout the night. He said increased water pressure or restoration is expected over the weekend, something Santos says can't come soon enough.
Hopefully they fix them pump, no more problem every year. Sometimes, one or two times a year, you got problem on the water. They should have fixed it right.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
Well, my friends, broken down buses and the lack of maintenance contractors are to blame for the latest service disruptions at the Guam Regional Transit Authority.
Solemn occasions of the Catholic faith, a day to honor loved ones who have passed on. Archbishop Michael Burns.
It's the day we remember all the dead, that we believe in the communion of saints, and that the dead still live in Christ, and so we're in some ways celebrating and appealing to those who have lived a faithful life. And we're appealing to them to pray for us that we might join them.
The faithful mark the day by attending Mass. Most bring flowers and light candles at the cemeteries where their loved ones are buried, to quite literally be near to them once again.
My son, my parents, my brother-in-law, my brothers, my sisters, and my nephews and nieces, as well my sister-in-law. So we're all here for our beloved. And we do this annually. We're here because they're resting in peace, and we're very sad, and we miss them so much.
My father is one of the people that that has helped me to be the person that I am, and so this is one way that I can come and share a day with him to honor him, for being a great father.
It's at least one time under the year that we come and we remember our loved ones.
To accommodate the local Catholic tradition, All Souls Day is also a designated Government of Guam holiday. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
And with today being All Souls Day, Governor Eddie Calvo delivered a special message to the people of the community.
Today, let's pray that their souls are with the Lord, helping to guide us and keep us out of harm's way. And though they have gone before us, may we always remember how they made a mark on this earth and touched our lives. Today, we honor their legacies that they left behind.
And you can view Governor Calvo's address in its entirety on his YouTube channel. Please stay tuned, everybody. There is much more island news when we return.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
We value relationships. Because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you.
Find your more reason to celebrate with a brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 at ITNE.
It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995, or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Now you can choose your favorite Nissan rides and 30 flyaways on Philippine Airlines when you play Micronesia Mall's Your Best Choice giveaway. To play, present mall receipts to win a new Versa Note SR, the Crossover Rogue Sport SV, the Heritage Edition 370Z, or you can choose a tough Nissan truck. Plus, there are great instant prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker. Win more cars, trips, and prizes when you play Micronesia Mall's Your Best Choice giveaway.
When you know what you want and you want it great, look no further than Ruby Tuesday's new Steakhouse Sensations menu. Choose from a 20-ounce dry-aged prime bone-in ribeye or an 8-ounce filet mignon tenderloin. Either steak seared to your preference and served with 2 specialty sides, like Denancy mashed potatoes, grilled asparagus, or roasted Brussels sprouts. Enjoy surf and turf and add a succulent lobster tail or tender grilled salmon fillet to complete your meal. This plus a whole lot more. It's Steakhouse Sensations for a limited time and only at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Ready to respond at any given time, the Guam Fire Department knows this all too well, requiring hours and hours of training, sharpening skills, equipment maintenance, and more to be properly ready. KUAM's Jonah Goncharfers has the latest on training that took place at the Hagatna Marina.
Bright and early, the Guam Fire Department search and rescue units from Agate and Hagatna Marina, as well as Dededo, took part in training which focused on vehicle extrication and collapsed buildings. Battalion Chief Roderick Meno is with the search and rescue operations.
It's our vehicle rescue, utilizing our hydraulic or our electric tools to include for structural collapse. And already we're into the 4th quarter of training this year with the heavy surf rolling in. We have our surface water rescue training that's already begun. Obviously, surface water rescue encompassing our rescue watercrafts, our jet skis, and our rescue vessels that we have lined up.
The 2nd quarter was rope rescue, which focused on rappelling and responding to high-angle emergencies.
The 1st quarter consisted of our land-based rescues with individuals being lost out in the trails, the falls, utilizing our ATVs, UTVs, incorporating map reading and GPS reading.
The Training Bureau is currently working with the district commanders from Tamuning and Agate with the plan to have all firefighters undergo such training in 2018.
We're working effectively and to include our Training Bureau to have the engine units work collectively with the search and rescue units to mitigate any emergency that we may be faced with.
According to Meno, the purpose of this quarterly training is to work on the overall time it takes to react and respond to an emergency situation. He adds if you plan on heading out on the next excursion or adventure, mitigate the possibility of an emergency as much as possible.
You're planning a hike, hydrate, have charged phones. You're planning to go out in the water, be sure to know the tides, the water condition, and always have your backup plan.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Goncharfers.
And staying with the agency on Tuesday before family, friends, and island dignitaries, 11 firefighters from GFD were promoted to Firefighter 2 down at the Guam Museum. During his speech, Acting Fire Chief Joey St. Nicholas said they serve as the first mentors of Firefighter 1s, also adding this will be the most important in the coming months as the agency takes on an additional 45 fire recruits. The group is the last of 55 total promotions in this round. Well, the offices of Guam Homeland Security and Civil Defense and other news are inviting the community to celebrate World Tsunami Awareness Day on Saturday. The agencies will host a tsunami and disaster preparedness outreach booth at the Agana Shopping Center in the hallway outside of Payless from 10 to 2. The UN General Assembly has proclaimed November 5th as World Tsunami Awareness Day to promote a global culture of tsunami awareness. Tsunamis are rare but can affect many people, especially those living in coastal communities. Check out ghs.guam.gov/tsunamis for more. Well, up north, the 2017 Citrus Festival takes place later this month, and to kick things off, Jigo Mayor Rudy Matanani is throwing an Arbor Day event this Saturday in the hopes of planting more citrus fruits throughout his village.
Arbor Day is about cultivating, bringing back the whatever plants long time ago, that like the lemonchina. The lemonchina used to be abundance here in Jigo, but now there's still quite a few, but maybe 25% of the 100% that we had here in Jigo.
The mayor said the goal of the event is to promote cultivation of lemontina, calamansi, and grapefruit. The Arbor Day event takes place Saturday at 7 a.m. up at the Jigo Gym and is open to the public. The annual Citrus Festival, meanwhile, takes place from November 18th to 19th. Well, let's go ahead and check in up north with our friends in Saipan. Here are headlines from KSPN2 News.
Hafa Day Guam, here's what's making headlines in the CNMI.
88 years old. That's how old 57-year-old John Santos Aldon will be when he gets out of jail in 30 years and 6 months. On Tuesday, Aldon was sentenced for the crimes of disturbing the peace and sexual assault in the first degree. In May of this year, Aldon was on trial for the rape of an 18-year-old girl. At the end of the 3-day-long jury trial, the jury came back and unanimously declared Aldon guilty. The assault happened on February 8th of 2016, but during the trial this year, the details of the rape were revealed. Aldon was taking the 18-year-old girl home and took a different route than she was used to. He parked his truck in the jungle by the airport and raped her for half an hour. At the time of the conviction in May, Assistant Attorney General Terry Tenorio said although her job is hard, it's worth it to keep sex offenders off the street.
I'm not happy about a guilty verdict. I'm happy about justice, and I'm happy about being that person, that spokesperson for the victim who received justice today. And I'm also happy to be doing a good job to keeping the community safe.
And the victim's father also made a statement at the time of the conviction in May, emotionally thanking the Office of the Attorney General for their hard work.
Mostly, I want to thank Terry and her team for the well job done today. Thanks for you guys, great job. Thanks.
That's your KSPN 2 News Roundup. For more, check out saipantv.com. I'm Sherry Riggs reporting.
We are going to take another quick commercial break, but stay tuned. When we come back, your birthday shoutouts.
From the network that brought you up to 3 times more data comes the dawn of a new data. The epic story of Guam's only network brave enough to give 10 free gigs of bonus data on every line every month to customers who bundle their services. Reviewers are calling the offer totes awesome. Best deal ever. And yes.
Visit gta.net for details.
There's a reason why you keep going. When it's your own hard work that brought you to this point. You do everything to protect what you've earned. Because every move that brings you closer to your goals leaves you no excuse but to keep moving forward. This is what makes you an alpha.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
Hi, Dad.
Warm up
with the new Peking pork. Delicious crisp pork chop bites with hand-cut bell peppers and onions, wok-tossed in a sweet and sour glaze. New at Panda Express, where good fortune smiles.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. Special Olympics Guam kicked off their first annual softball program with the help of the Guam Pony Softball Champions program. I'll get to some other highlights in just a bit, but first off, footage from this year's Copa de Marianas. Check it out. This year's Copa de Marianas BJJ Gi and No Gi Championship Tournament was a success, with the first women's black belt division champion being crowned. Christina Barlan fought #1 ranked Talita Alencar and earned the win. After the fight went to the judges, the 10th Copa de Marianas also highlighted by some of the biggest names in local MMA and top jiu-jitsu competitors from gyms across the island repping their academies. Brogan and husband Mike Sanchez both took home medals from the competition representing purebred. Norberto Rosario from Figo walked away with gold in the adult no-gi 146 to 160 pound weight class. Anthony Cruz bagged another gold medal in the 175 to 199 pound adult gi purple belt division out of Carlson Gracie. J.J. Ambrose won double gold in the 181 plus adult gi brown belt division and the adult no-gi 176 to 191 pound division out of Spike 22. Rocky Martinez took gold in the adult no-gi 206 plus division, also representing Spike 22. 80 Special Olympic athletes kicked off the first day of the Special Olympics Guam Pony Softball Champions program. The 6-week program is held every Saturday at the Ukudu High School Triple J Fields. Coaches and volunteers assisted the athletes working on the basic fundamentals of base running, catching, and throwing during the first practice. Athletes broke into 6 teams with about 15 athletes per team, which they will stay in for the next 6 weeks. This Saturday, athletes will be practicing batting, with each Saturday practice focused on developing basic skills and comfort with the bat and ball. Coach and program coordinator Justin Bennett says there are many different skill levels among the athletes, but all with smiles and excited at playing softball. ABC Stores and Docomo taken to the court for their Shirley's Basketball League matchup. Florence Cunanan misses the free throw attempt. Teammate Leno Manalo gets position, pulls down the rebound, and gets the putback to go for 2 of his 15 points in the game. Docomo applying the pressure on defense. Alfred Vitug and Nate with the double team. Docomo pushing the ball the other way, picking up 2 points off the transition break. Russell Manabat with the pass to John Aquino. Top of the key attacks the basket for the tough reverse lay-in. 12 points in the game for Aquino. ABC picked up the win 53-43. Check out the shot here by Russell Manabat. Shot didn't count though. Foul called on the floor. Manabat scored 3 points in the win. Defending champions, Quality Distributors hand #1 Wings Red their first loss of the Aloha Made Maneka Cup Elite Youth League U18 division, 3-2 in the semis. Quality will next face the ASC Trust Islanders in the U18 championship match, set for November 6 at 7 p.m. at the GFA National Training Center. There is no fee to watch the championship game, so make sure to come out and support both teams. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
Nissan's fall clearance event is on. Save as much as $8,000 on the award-winning Titan. Get the best price of the year on the full line of sedans, trucks, and SUVs. Drive away in the all-new Rogue Sport, including rear-view camera, text messaging assistant, and streaming audio for only $120 per pay period. You'll find more great deals on the Altima SR, the Legendary C, or the 7-passenger Quest, starting at just $149 per pay period during the fall clearance event at Nissan Upper Tumon. Find out more at NissanGuam.com.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Quarter pounder with cheese, now seared to be thicker and juicier. Only at McDonald's.
It's back and bigger than ever. The big deal is going on now at Triple J. 0 down, 1.9% financing plus a $500 Kmart gift certificate. Save big with deals like the Ford F-150 at $266 per paycheck, the Mazda CX-3 at $154, the Kia Optima at $169 per paycheck, or the Honda Accord at $193 per paycheck. Stop by today or visit us online at triplejguam.com and see print ads for details. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J, 33 years of putting customers first.
It is time now for the much anticipated birthday shout-outs, courtesy of KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery. Here we go. Happy birthday wishes tonight going out to Jodine Cundiff. We love you. Have the best day of your life. Say your manly sons and girly daughters and your entire family. Happy birthday number 17 to Brianna S.V. Duenas tonight. Happy birthday number 36 to Gloria Bombaluhan. Happy birthday, my favorite auntie, from your boy Troy and Kayla Ray. And happy belated birthday wishes tonight to Stephen R. Scott. Happy birthday from your kids and grandkids. We love you lots, everybody. And finally tonight, before we give you over to Joe Nuggan-Charfus for In the Mix, last weekend, the St. Baldrick's head shaving event was held at GPO. We raised over $20,000 for kids. Thank you so much for everybody who volunteered, for everyone who showed up, and for everyone who donated. Here is a special presentation from our very own John Bustamante, the sights and sounds of St. Baldrick's. Looks that you can come up with your bald head through the roof. Yes. Sir, half a day, sir. How are you? Okay. So you've got an interesting, you've got a part and you've got like a really
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. In the Mix is presented by California Pizza Kitchen. Visit them today at the Holiday Resort Hotel.
Hafa Guam, welcome to another episode of In the Mix. I'm Joe Nuggan-Charfus. Thanks so much for tuning in. Got a great show lined up for you this evening. Coming up, we tell you about Miskatonic Gardens, a nursery specializing in succulent plants. A little bit later, it's Tulip Thursday. Chris Barnett makes his way over to Sea Grill in Tumon and meets up with Chef Ray DeSala to whip up another tasty dish using tulip luncheon meat. And we close up the show tonight with music from Soul Intentions when they performed on Live Local Fridays on Guam's favorite I-94. But first, let's check in with our friends over at Hafaloa in Tumon. They have some tasty new treats added to their menu and some brand new apparel on their retail side. If you're looking for some fresh apparel or wanting to cool down and beat the heat with a refreshing treat, make your way over to Hafaloa in Tumon. According to President and CEO Leonard Ka'ai, much has changed since we first featured the shop back in March of last year. Take, for example, their line of soft-serve treats that is big on taste with little guilt.
Since the last time we've introduced a healthy alternative to our dessert line. It's a gluten-free, lactose-free soft serve that we've combined with some fun toppings.